I'm ready. You guys all ready? Good. Well, seems like I've been talking forever, so mostly today what I want to do is have Coach Grantham and Coach McGee visit with y'all. I am excited to get started tomorrow. I'm really fired up about it. Like I've said all summer long, I really like this team. I think we have a very good attitude, got a good work ethic, and we've got some strong leadership. And now it's time to get out on the field and practice and see how quickly we can put it all together. But I am excited about it. With that, I'll just open it up for questions and then turn it over to Todd.
You said you really like this team, but you had teams that you didn't like?
You know, you have some teams that are challenging. You know, sometimes you have teams that attitudes are different, and it's hard work to push them to practice and do the things you want to do. But I think this group has really made a commitment from within the team to work hard, to have great leadership, to have a positive attitude. We've seen guys that have changed since last year at this time, where they're more dedicated and they're more committed to the program. So I think that's really what I'm talking about.
Is that something that you typically see in the second year of the new staff?
Sometimes, yeah, you know, sometimes. Although last year I thought that they did a great job of you know, being able to accept change and work hard. But I think this team, you know, with guys like James Burgess, Keith Kelsey, Rankins, Epps, some of the older guys that have been through it all are doing a great job of leading.
Do you got any new additions to report or announce or any guys?
New additions to camp. Devontae Fields arrived yesterday. I can announce that because that's their reporting date. Toriano Roundtree, who is a walk-on offensive tackle, arrived yesterday. We're still working on one. Hopefully he'll be here either late tonight or tomorrow or Friday, but we feel good about that going to happen. And then we got bad news on James Allen was declared a non-qualifier.
How will you work the reps with the quarterbacks at the beginning of practice?
Well, these first 4 days we have split practices. So we're going to have Lamar Jackson and Tyler Ferguson go with what we call the newcomers, although they're not all newcomers. And then with the vets, we'll have, you know, Reggie, Will, and Kyle take the reps with them. So we do a lot of reps in practice. You know, they'll all get their different work. You know, the first day we'll emphasize Reggie more with the ones. The second day Will, and the third day Kyle. You know, so they get more reps than the other guys do with the number one offense. But overall, as the whole day works out, they get about equal amount.
Is Will back as far as you know?
Yeah, I mean, he's been completely cleared through the medical staff. He says he feels better than he has in 3 years. You know, what we have to now see is how does he handle the volume? How does he handle it 5 days in a row? You know, and what's going to happen? Will there be swelling? We don't know any of that yet, but he's certainly feeling good. He did a good job testing last week, did everything. I think he felt good about it. He's very confident.
You know, you mentioned Devontae Fields being good to go. Is there almost like, and he arrived yesterday, is there almost like a sigh of relief when they finally get there? You never feel comfortable until they're finally here.
Yeah, I mean, there is, you know, and that goes for everybody. You know, I think we're expecting Devontae to be a good football player for us, but we have a lot of good football players on our defensive squad, and he's going to have to come in and earn his spot just like everybody else.
How much of a surprise was it that Will is close to 100%?
It shocks me a little bit, you know, but when you have a third knee surgery, you know, the first thing that comes to your mind is he going to be able to do this? Where is he going to get to? As I watched him progress in his rehab and do everything, I was kind of surprised right off the bat how much flexibility he had in that, how quickly he was progressing. It was almost like, now make sure you're listening to exactly what the medical staff is saying, and don't try to do too much, you know, because it seemed like he was coming back from it quickly.
So currently he's caught up, he's not behind any other quarterbacks in terms of the competition.
I mean, what do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean.
Like the injury didn't set him back, like he's currently where he's done.
I mean, he's physically cleared and ready to practice. So,
Do you have any injuries of guys that'll have to be held out or can't go full speed?
well, we talked about toe bridge and his toe. I'm not sure he'll be ready when we first start out. And then we did have an injury over the summer that the last time you asked me I forgot about was DeAsian Richardson had a knee injury over the summer. It doesn't look like he's going to be available for us.
The whole season?
We don't know that yet, but he won't be for a while.
Coach, do you have more questions about your quarterback situation or your offensive line situation?
Both, especially from this group. You know, we get all kinds of questions about it. No, I mean, the thing that's exciting about the quarterback position to me is that a year ago I sat here and we had zero experience, you know, and we still didn't know who our quarterback was going to be. You know, we knew we came out of spring ball, and if we were going to start, you know, at that time, Will would be the guy that ran out there before our first practice. You know, right now we're sitting here and we got 3 guys that have shown that they can play in big games and they can find a way to win big games. And now we're going to have really good competition, and they're all going to make each other better. So in one sense, that's exciting for me, and as I have much more feeling of comfort than I did last year at this time when there was so much unknown, you know. On the offensive line, you know, we lost some really good experienced players. I like the young talent that we have. I think we're going to eventually be really good there. We just have to work hard at putting it together as quick as we possibly can, getting the best 5 guys in the right spot.
Evaluate quarterbacks, how much does durability enter into the equation versus ability?
You know, you always think about that, but you go out and we grade them every day. What we grade on a quarterback is their decision-making and then their execution. So on each play, they have a decision to make, and it's as simple as if it's a run play, he decided to stay with it because the numbers look good and we're not outnumbered, or he audibles and gets out of it. And then the execution. So if it's a run play, he has to step with the proper foot. He's got to get the ball to the running back at the right mesh point. Then he's got to carry out his fake. And if it's a pass play, he has the decision to the protection's good. Then I got to read the coverage, go through my progression, and then my execution is that I take the right drop, I get set on time, I get the ball out of my hand on time, and I'm accurate enough to get a completion. So that's kind of how you grade a quarterback. And then other things play into it, like being a leader, getting the guys around you to be better. You know, I've always felt that's what a great leader is. He gets the guys that play around him to play better and, you know, excel and help him be a better player. So all of that is something that we grade.
You mentioned a lot of things. Do you think that all of your quarterbacks now are in a position where they can do that reflexively as opposed to having to think through those 10 or 12 things?
Oh, man, that's what we're working at. You know, execution is created by constant repetition, which establishes sound habit formation that creates a conditioned reflex to any given situation. That's what we're looking for, execution.
Can you say that?
Huh? You want me to say it faster? You put it on slow-mo.
Play call?
No, not at all. It'd be a good one, though. Some of ours are about that long, you know.
Will camp kind of be the same as it was last year for you, with kind of the same schedule?
Yeah, pretty much be the same. You know, we always tweak some things, and, you know, we have some different things we need to work on in special teams, and, you know, so there's a lot involved on it. But for the most part, you have a very similar schedule. But again, we have a lot of different things we need to work on.
How much time will you spend on special teams? You've got John back, obviously, but I mean punter and the long snapper.
Yeah, we spend a lot of times on special teams. I think that's one of the things that, you know, I've always believed that we give our special team coordinator enough meeting time. Sometimes you know, our offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator get antsy about how much we meet as special teams. We do walkthroughs when we're doing our offense and defensive walkthroughs at night. So we take a lot of time on it. we expect our starters to play on at least 2 special teams. I think that's something that's real important. I think it's something that's important for those young men that they have a dream to play in the NFL, and they need to show the NFL they can play on special teams and be a player. So, it's a big part of the game, there's no question, and particularly when you're in these type of games that we have early, right off the bat, you got to find a way to help win the game in special teams.
One more for Coach, you get the coordinator up. What are James Allen's plans? Do you know what he's going to do?
Once he's declared that he is a non-qualifier, then I'm no longer can say anything but that. So
Chandler Jones is another guy.
Chandler Jones, we believe, will be here. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you very much.